buy, sell, trade. That's all it's supposed to be. But on Facebook Marketplace, sometimes you just don't get a couch, or mirror, or phone. Sometimes you get followed, sometimes you get marked, sometimes you get chosen. This is Whispers Between Worlds we update daily. Story 1. The Free Couch. Sound of scrolling. Old man clears throat. Old man. College students will grab just about anything for free. Microwaves, coffee makers, used TV says hell, even half-broken futons. But this story, it ain't about what they took. It's about what came with it. Rena was a sophomore living off campus with her best friend, Tanya. Rent was brutal, and they were both broke. So when Rena spotted a free couch posted on Facebook Marketplace, she jumped on it. The post was vague. No photo. Just 3 words. Free. Couch tonight. The seller's name was Derek_M. His profile photo was an old pickup truck. No friends. No posts. Just that one listing. Tanya thought it was sketchy. Rena said, "It's just a couch. What's the worst that could happen?" They messaged Derek_M. He sent a reply instantly. "Come before dark. 137 Weller Road. No thanks." No small talk. Just that. They left at 4:45 p.m. Weller Road was about 40 minutes away, out in the sticks. No cell signal, no street lights. They passed nothing but long driveways, rusted mailboxes, and trees that leaned too close to the road. By the time they reached the house, the sun was low. The house itself looked dead gray, paint peeling, shutters hanging crooked. And right there on the porch, a long, brown, ugly couch. The cushions were worn down, but it looked sturdy. No stains, no bugs. Just old. They knocked. No answer. They texted. No reply. Rena shrugged. He said it's free. Let's just take it. They backed the truck up and started loading it. It was heavy, too heavy for what it looked like. Felt like there were bricks in the frame. Halfway through dragging it, Tanya froze. "You smell that?" Rena sniffed the air. It was faint, metallic, sweet, like old pennies and syrup. "I think it's just the wood rotting," Rena muttered. But her voice didn't sound confident. By the time they got it home, it was dark. They dropped the couch in the living room and flopped onto it, laughing about how ugly it was. Around midnight, Tanya went to bed. Rena stayed up, watching TV, scrolling her phone. That's when she heard it. Creak. She turned around. Nothing. She muted the TV. Waited. Creak. This time louder. It came from inside the couch. She stood up and backed away. Then, Sisher Rich-SC, Rich-SC, Rich. From under the couch. Like something moving inside the lining. She grabbed a flashlight and crouched down. Pulled at the bottom flap and the staples popped free. A sharp object clinked against the floor. It was a tooth. An actual human tooth, yellow, chipped, bloody at the root. Behind it, a small burlap pouch, stitched shut with black thread. She opened it. Inside were 5 fingernail clippings, a crusted photograph of a woman's face, and a piece of paper that read, "He sleeps beneath." She screamed. Tanya came running, saw the mess on the floor and the hole in the couch. Rena reached in deeper and pulled something else out. A leather belt, still looped, still tight. It had dried blood on the buckle. They didn't sleep that night. In the morning, they dragged the couch outside and called the police. When detectives arrived, they cut the couch open completely. Inside the frame, stuffed between the wood and fabric, was a hollowed compartment. It wasn't just for hiding things. It was shaped like a body. The cops took it away as evidence. Turns out Weller Road used to be home to a man named Derek Mathis. He ran a small furniture business out of his house until he disappeared in 2014, after his wife went missing. The police had never connected him to her disappearance. Until now. Dental records confirmed the tooth and photo belonged to his wife. As for Derek, still missing, that same night Tanya woke up to a sound in the living room. Creak, scritch, creak. She turned on the light. The couch was back. Old man exhales slowly. The sound of fabric stretching faintly lingers. Old man, next time you grab free furniture off the internet, check the weight, check the smell, and if someone tells you to pick it up before dark, maybe just leave it where it is. You never really sell anything online. You just pass it along, and if it wants to come back, it will. Story 2. The Buyer Who Knew Too Much. Old Man. People sell all kinds of things online, especially antiques. Mirrors, clocks, paintings. But the older something is, the more it holds. This one's about a man who sold a mirror, and the past that came with it. Brian was a part-time reseller. He'd hit garage sales, clean things up, flip them on Facebook Marketplace for a profit. One weekend, he came across an estate sale for a crumbling old Victorian house on the edge of town. Inside, buried in the dust and cobwebs, was a full-length antique mirror, gold trimmed, cracked at the edges, but beautiful in that haunted kind of way. The old woman running the sale looked at Brian funny when he asked the price. $10, she said, but don't hang it in a bedroom. He laughed. She didn't. Brian took the mirror home and cleaned it up. Took some pics. Posted it online that afternoon. Antique full-length mirror. Beautiful frame. Slight crack. $1.85 OBO. Within 10 minutes, he got a message. No name. No profile photo. Just the username. Reflection Ripper 47, and a message. Does it still show them? He thought it was a joke, replied. Still shows me. The buyer responded, I'll come tonight. That night, at exactly 10 p.m., a car pulled into Brian's driveway. A black van, tinted windows. No license plate. A woman stepped out, wearing a black veil over her face. She never said a word. Brian opened the garage where the mirror was standing upright. She didn't look at him. She only looked at the mirror. After a long silence, she nodded, then handed him a white envelope. He opened it when she left. Inside was a Polaroid photo. A grainy, aged image of Brian as a child, standing in front of the exact same mirror, in his old bedroom. Same frame. Same crack. Same everything. Only thing was, he didn't remember ever owning a mirror like that. That night he couldn't sleep. He kept thinking about the photo, where it came from, who took it. Around 3:12 a.m., he got a notification on his phone. The Facebook Marketplace chat. Thank you. It's awake again. The next day, Brian tried to message the account, but it was gone, deleted. No trace, like it had never existed. That same afternoon, he called his mom, asked about their old house, asked if they ever had a mirror like that. Her voice changed instantly. I told your father to throw that damn thing out after the fire. What fire? There was silence. Then, you don't remember the night you sleepwalked? You cut your hands trying to get through the mirror. You kept whispering, let him out. Brian hung up. He rushed to the garage. Empty. The mirror was gone. But as he turned to go back inside, something caught his eye. Taped to his front door. A fresh Polaroid. Same angle. Same lighting, only this time it showed him asleep in his bed, taken from the inside of his bedroom. That night he smashed every mirror in his house. Didn't matter if it was big or small, even his phone screen. And when his neighbor asked why, he just said, reflections, remember. The old man chuckles once, but there's no humor in it. Old man. You never really sell anything online. You just pass it along. And if it wants to come back, it will. Sometimes you're not buying the item. You're just letting it find its next owner and the ones who watch. They never needed a friend request. Story 3. The Disappearing Profile. Old Man. Some people think buying secondhand tech online is harmless. Cheap phones, laptops, tablets, barely used. But when you're dealing with strangers, sometimes the device already knows who you are. This one, it started with a deal too good to be true, and ended with someone watching who was never supposed to. Jamal was 17, just started his first job bussing tables, saving for a new phone. His budget wasn't much, so he turned to Facebook Marketplace. After days of scrolling, he found it. iPhone 13 Pro, $150. The seller's name was Sandra Lee. Her profile looked solid regular photos, a couple of mutuals, and a 5-star marketplace rating. Her message was simple. My son doesn't use it anymore. It's fully reset, works perfectly. She suggested meeting the next day in a public parking lot outside a grocery store. Middle of the day. Cameras everywhere. Seemed safe. Jamal met her at noon sharp. Sandra looked like someone's mom, mid-40s, polite smile, soft voice. She handed him the box. The phone was in mint condition. They shook hands. She said, "Hope it serves you well," and left. Everything seemed fine. Factory reset. Blank screen, no SIM. He popped in his card, connected to Wi-Fi, and started logging into his apps. That's when he noticed the photos. Hundreds of them. Not of Sandra. Not of her kid, but of him. Photos of Jamal walking to school, at the bus stop. At work, even sitting in his room through the window. Some were close-up, some had dates from months ago. His hands shook. He checked the photo info timestamps, locations. All accurate. And then came the video. It was titled Tonight, 30 seconds long. The footage was taken from the foot of his bed. The camera slowly pans up his sleeping body. Then, just before it cuts, a whisper. I'm already inside. Jamal bolted out of his room and ran to his neighbor's house. They called the police. By the time officers arrived, Sandra's profile was gone. No listing. No trace. No mutuls. No record of any transaction. The phone was taken in as evidence. The cops said they'd get back to him. They didn't. 2 days later, Jamal's mom found something in their mailbox. An envelope. Inside was a printed photo, the same one from the video. Jamal in bed. Eyes closed. But this time, his eyes were open. He smashed the mailbox, broke his window, moved out of that room. Eventually, he got a new phone, new number. Knew everything. Thought it was over. Until last week. A friend tagged him in a post. A new Facebook Marketplace listing. Same couch. Same mirror. And right there at the bottom, selling for my son. He doesn't need it anymore. Seller's name? Sandra Lee. You scroll, you click, you think you're in control, but on Facebook Marketplace, the things you find sometimes find you first. Don't trust the price. Don't trust the profile. And whatever you do, don't bring it inside. This is Whispers Between Worlds, uploading horror nightly. Sleep tight. If someone knocks tonight, don't answer.